Hello, hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode here of Real Talk. And you see, yeah, guys, yeah, I got three people who are on this show. The other one, Don T, will be coming in the next 5 minutes, so we'll be expecting him down here. But first of all, I got the usual suspect. Yeah, I mean, the only person missing from this team right now, and as it stands, is Fan Nation TV. Guys, can you remember when we used to come down here every week? Abs came, joined us, added some spice to it. Craig was I think me and Craig started it first, and then Fan Nation TV joined us, and we had such a great time, and all of us connected on a very good level. And of course, Craig went on to do lots of stuff with Abs on his channel too. So I mean, it's all good energy. Happy weekend to you guys, Craig. Talk to those people. How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Man, fine, man. We're cool. We're cool. Nothing much. We're cool. And Abs, yeah, down there. I mean, Abs. I mean, I started following your early stream today. I mean, the Turkish league. I mean, you've been working hard trying to get the watch hours and putting the work in. My brother, man, talk to those people, man. How you doing?
Bro, happy always to be on your streams as always, man. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here, happy to be, talking all things Arsenal and, the passion of, supporting this team, the goods, the highs and the lows. And you know what? We have to be honest about this club, innit? I know we've got a good victory, but we're going to get into it. But big up the chat, big up to the panelists, big boy panel. One of my one of the panels I've worked with for a long, long time, you know what I'm saying, when I got into this game. So I'm quite comfortable with this panel. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the discussion today.
Yeah, definitely, man. Big up to you, Abs, man. I really appreciated that you popped in here for us. See, now, let's go straight into the point, man. I mean, at least you guys saw the title, yeah. So it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be harsh, really. But sometimes we'll try and find a balance to it, through it, because not everything is that shabby, right? Some things were good about our game in the weekend, and some things were totally, horrible. Mostly that first half. Greg, key us into what you saw in that game against Leicester City, and also remember, getting into this game, Leicester City have already conceded. I mean, they're the worst side to concede in the Premier League this season. Arsenal struggled in that first half. I mean, you have to key all those facts into it, innit?
Definitely. Well, what I saw yesterday as a 17-year-old carrying a 30-year-old player on the team, that's embarrassing. The 30-year-old should be helping the 17-year-old get through the game, not the other way around. That's what I saw yesterday. I was talking about Ethan Manieri carrying Raheem Sterling, who just stinked out the joint yesterday. Didn't do offside every 5 minutes. Didn't create nothing, kept on getting offside. It's coming to a stage now where I think insurance cancel this loan in January, man, because it's not going to come good for us. And that was a wasted loan as well. Could have learned something, could have brought somebody else in who's younger, hungrier, wants to win the game. He hasn't done it. He's only scored one goal for us this season. That's not good. For a player that was scoring goals for fun for Man City back in couple of years ago, not that long ago. So yeah, just very embarrassing, man.
Yeah, again, mostly that first half, right? The first half,
Hmm.
very embarrassing in the way it went. Uh, I mean, when you're playing a side like Leicester City, you have to move the ball quicker. You have to pass the ball more quicker, because you know that passing the ball quicker and being incisive with your passes and with your trajectory towards moving the ball, you know it's going to unsettle a team like Leicester City, because I mean they're not part of that. I mean, they're not inclined to really succeed when you pass the ball quicker. And when you try to open up the defense, that defense will open. When you keep knocking on that door, it will open. They've conceded more goals. I expected a little bit more bite, a little bit more punch from the Arsenal team. I mean, Craig, I mean, when you say that, man, I hear you, but I mean, I really thought you'd be more angry than that. I really thought you'd be more angry than that.
Craig's been
I
angry
mean,
this year, you know.
it just looks like the wind just glossed the whole thing for you.
I've been angry a lot recently with this team, man. So I can't. I was very upset with the cup semi final recently. The week before that, I spoke to Ab a couple of weeks ago when we drew against Aston Villa. I think it was. I spoke to him. I was not happy as soon as we draw. I've just taken it now. I know what. Just end the season when we can. We'll see how high we can finish the season and take it from there. Because I can't see us winning anything this season, man. I can't like no striker, no Saka at the moment. And the thing I don't want them to rush back Saka when he's come back from injury because yeah, it's a serious injury. He had in a surgery on his hamstring. It's a serious injury. So I'd rather they just give him till the next season to come back pre-season nice and fit and firing. Don't rush him back. Um, yeah, it's been a frustrating season. Like we had opportunities. City totally fell off this season. Now they're rebuilding. Now they're coming back now a little bit. So we had opportunity this season to challenge Liverpool and try and get top spot after we finished second 2 seasons in a row. I thought would be the main
Mm.
challenge of the season, and we kind of gone backwards. Like some of the signings we made have been very poor, poor signings, not good enough. Like if you rate the signings out of 10, some of them I'll give like 3 out of 10 or 1 out of 10.
And in January, no signings at all. I mean, the
Yeah,
story tells us. I mean, it tells you everything you need to know about Arsenal's ambition. I mean, in the league this season. I mean, Abs. I'd like to, get to you for you to chime into this one, man. I know this is a tasty topic for you because I mean, when me and you were doing the watch along with Tottenham Spurs versus Manchester United, I knew what me and you were saying behind the scenes. I mean, now it's time to just let that fire all out, let it all out. I mean, when you watch that matchup against Leicester City, drab, Odegaard, stuck the whole place out. I mean, you saw Sterling. What is that guy doing in this football club? I mean, horrible player. Couldn't believe my eyes. Uh, Abs, give us some context into what happened because we need to launch an investigation into what happened in that first half against one of the most poorest sides in the Premier League.
Can you guys hear me?
We
yeah.
can hear you loud and clear.
You lot sound really low, man. Your mic sound really low. I don't know whether it's the audio on your mic, but
I think it's from you. I think maybe it's from you because I'm
yeah,
hearing you. Craig, you can hear me clearly, right?
I can hear you.
I
Yeah,
could hear Craig quite high also.
you can hear him quite high, yeah? Can you hear me
Quite
though?
high.
Can you hear me okay though?
Very high. Yours is very
Okay,
high.
okay, that's fine. Okay. So, where do I start, man? So yesterday's game, we done the watch along, watched that game. First half was absolutely shocking. But the word shocking is not a surprise because we've played a lot of this season drab, unimaginable, unexciting football throughout this whole season. As you already, or as you guys already know, we don't have a front man. We don't even have Havertz at the moment, so we haven't even got a target man as of present. So Arteta went with Trossard and Sterling on the left with Waneri on the right. Our defense is quite decent anyway, so we don't really need to worry about that. Our midfield was comfortable, quite comfortable yesterday, and it's not as if we were playing a great team with a Leicester side. But this Leicester side
Mm.
did pose some problems, and for if Merino probably didn't score those 2 goals, we'd probably be sitting here at realistically looking at a draw, or even worse, a loss, because they had a really good chance where they could have
Ah,
slotted it in. Goalkeeper, no man's land. Raya was in no man's land, and I think it got a deflection. I don't know who it was. It might have been Skelly actually that
it's Lewis
actually
Skelly. I
saved
mean, that last gasp
that last
save.
gasp.
Oh my days, man.
And once again, we're relying on an 18 and 17-year-old to save our
No.
season. Now, every game must be for us crazy because
We're unbeaten in our last 15 games in the league.
17.
It's crazy this season how we still, without these players, without a squad, without strikers, we're still second. I'm not celebrating being second. I'm not happy being
Yeah,
second. I
sure.
want to be at the top. And then second half, the game opens up a little bit. Sterling was, listen, send that guy, listen, don't even send that guy home, yeah?
Tear the contract.
Send him to
Tear the
boarding school in
contract up.
Jamaica, please. Just send him to boarding school, please. Because this
Yeah,
brother,
he's yard man. He's yard man like
yeah,
you, bro.
he's a yard man. I ain't yard. That's your yard man right there. Craig is like me and
Craig is
Craig.
yard
Obviously,
man too, bro. You
me
know.
and Craig, me and Craig got similar blood, innit? Me and Craig got
Half and
definitely
half.
similar blood, man. From obviously, our parenting countries. Obviously, we share the
Yeah,
same
yeah, from
country,
the
but I'm
Caribbean.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter anyway. We're all Caribbean anyway. But lo and behold, Merino comes on, and he gives us that height that we needed. Scores a beautiful header, 1-0 up. The game opens up even further, and Ranieri obviously crossed to Merino to score a brilliant header. And it was very well executed, that header. You know what people say, oh, it was easy. It was a very good header. Trossard on his natural position on the left, which he's played for us, more comfortable, puts in a beautiful low cross, and Merino makes it 2-0. Game over. Happy with the 3 points, but the performance is, just leaves you with a sour taste, a bitter taste in your mouth, because it's been like this majority of the season. And I know we're gonna get into this, and I'm not gonna talk too much, but this is all on the club. This is all on Arteta for all of these issues, the injuries, yeah, the lack of squad depth, yeah, the mentality of the players going into each game, having to play. These players can't even rest because they haven't got decent players to take their place. Game after game, we're playing games. We were playing games, 3 games, 3 days, games every 3 days, 4 days. This Dubai trip,
Actually, that was the next question I wanted to ask.
Okay, yeah,
Actually,
I won't. I'll finish there.
yeah. That's the next question I wanted to ask. I mean, it's just as if you're in my mind. I mean, Craig, I'll start from you because absolutely want to chime in on that one. I mean, we just had a break here. We didn't play for 10 days. Yeah, we just had a break. Similar to the one of last season, yeah, where we went back, came back, we were fresher, we were more quicker, passing the ball more quicker. I mean, there was that hunger and that thirst. You could see it tipping through them in the next game when they came back last season from Dubai. But I mean, after they came back from this trip, which our main striker got an hamstring injury trying to defend a set piece. Okay, scratch that. And then they come back, and then the first team we're playing is against Leicester City, and then I mean, there was no intensity. Craig, I watched that game. Yeah, no intensity, no urgency. I mean, in the first 20 minutes of games this season that Arsenal have always been playing, there's always that push, always that urgency, always that let's go get something, even if nothing is done in terms of goals scored. But at least you could really see that push and really see that, they want to do something. Man, I couldn't really see any effort at all. Yeah, we were with the ball, but it was just sideways, sideways passing. I mean, it was just useless. And the ones that managed to get up to Trossard and Sterling, I mean, it just completely fluffed their lines. I mean, nothing inspiring at all in it. Is it that this Dubai expedition? Yeah, I mean, should we have actually gone down there in the first place?
I feel like
Because it should make you quicker. It should make you more relaxed, more confident. And I didn't see any of that when they got back.
I think they did it for team bonding as well. I think that it was warm weather training as well. I think they did it for warm weather training and did it for team bonding. But why the hell would a striker who's your name or their aim is to score goals? Why would you block a defender blocking a shot? You're supposed to be taking a shot, not blocking the shot. You're not a defender. If Gabriel Saliba did that, I got injured. I could say, okay, it's a defender trying to block a shot. But why is a striker, your only recognized striker, blocking a shot? No, answer that question. Why is a striker blocking the shot? And and he knew the window was closed as well. Didn't bring in. I knew we weren't going to bring anybody in January. I know it was all of it was a facade. It was just to make that they were linked with that guy from Sociedad. Were linked with so many different players. We went for Ollie Watkins. That was not that was a fake bid, man. I don't think they did that just to unsettle Aston Villa.
Completely fake. There was nothing there, no substance.
They unsettled Aston Villa because they already sold John Duran to Qatar anyway. So not going to sell two strikers in one window. So I knew they just did that to keep the fans happy to buy more merchandise or whatever. So I knew for sure that's not going to happen. We didn't go in on the last day of the transfer window. We could have got that Matt Tells guy from that's gone to Tottenham now. He was available on loan. He rejected Man United. He rejected Tottenham first, then he had a choice with Man United and Arsenal. Then Tottenham came back with a late bid and he went to Tottenham. He hasn't really lit up Tottenham to be fair when he's been there so far. So but we needed the bodies in January. We need at least 2 or 3 players in January just to get us over the season at least. But we didn't get anybody, so it just goes to show that either the club don't trust the manager with money, or they think they spent a lot of money and they want to see a return in their investment. That's the only thing I think. Or the board are just being stingy with the money. Because we have got money. We're playing the Champions League. 2 seasons in a row in the Champions League. We finished third in the Champions League group. So that's a lot of money we got from. I think we got like 70 million from that TV revenue and all that stuff. So we had money in January to buy players. So I don't understand what the club is dealing with not buying players. And then in the summer, I'm hearing we're going to be getting all these new players in, and I'd rather they came in January to us, not in the summer, because now we could have been the second in the league, round the 16 Champions League, out of the FA Cup, out of the League Cup. So the only two things we could challenge for now: the title and the Champions League. So yeah, I don't think.
Even in the Premier League, we're also, we're a little bit far from them. 7 points, and I don't know how we're gonna wrestle out that 7 point with Liverpool. Just having that extra bit of luck to actually still get the job done, even in games where they should be, losing track in a way like that. Wolves game today. Wolves, drew blood back, with that Cunha goal, and Liverpool were just able to just have that extra bit of quality to just see it off. Abs, look at Iconoclast here. Shout out to Iconoclast, AFC always down here. AFC always is everywhere. Yeah, big ups to that guy. Like that guy. Hendon Gunner is also down here. Shout out to him. And of course, Iconoclast says something here. It says, Arsenal being second makes me wonder what the standard of the Premiership really is. Arsenal haven't really been in form all season, yet they have a chance to win the league. What do you make up of that, man? Because to be very sincere, we've not kicked up a gear at all. Far from that. All season we've been drab.
Yeah. Is it a case of like, Man City have dropped. So, Arteta thinks to himself, let me drop my team's levels as well, because Man City aren't in the running no more. It's just the strangest, weirdest thing that's going on with this club, and in terms of the league as well. Liverpool are running at a canter right now. Running at a canter. They're looking behind and they're like, I ain't bothered about this team that's chasing me. I had hope with that win yesterday, and then I just saw that hope taken away when Liverpool secured 3 points at Anfield today. it's a weird league this season because next season it's going to be harder to win the league. Liverpool are going to be more confident. They've won a title. They're going to want to win the title back to back. City, we kind of know they'll probably be back again. There's always there's always one other team that's going to strengthen, like a Villa. I don't know, a Chelsea,
Newcastle. Finally, can spend next summer.
And then there's going to be us trying to compete. Not trying to win the league, but just trying to compete. And I just don't get it, man. I don't get this club at times. Sorry. I just don't get it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, man.
To both of you guys. When was the last time Arsenal bought a world-class player? When I mean world-class, world-class.
I can't remember.
Superstar.
I can't remember.
Bro,
I can't remember. Because Declan Rice isn't a world-class player. I mean, we've seen him. I mean, yeah, he's a decent guy. Guys, I'm not taking a shot at Declan Rice, but I mean, man, he's been. I mean, he's been decent at best. He hasn't torn up trees, innit?
The only one I can think of was Alexis Sanchez. That's like way back though. That's on the Wenger time.
And that's 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was the last time. You can also talk about Mesut Ozil in that situation. I think clearly he's a world-class player. That's around the same time. Yeah. I think he's a world-class player. Of course, he didn't get to the position that we wanted him to get to at the football club. But I mean, when he came from Real Madrid, he still had one or two movements. I mean, what we had even then in midfield, for me, it's even more better than now. I mean, Odegaard, man. I mean, I can't compare him to Santi Cazorla. I can't compare him to Mesut Ozil. I mean, he's been so drab and so inconsistent with his gameplay, and he's supposed to be the main guy to glue things over for us. He's supposed to be that captain also. He's supposed to be the guy to actually, I mean, tear up the walls, open up spaces. I mean, feed off players, get the passes across to them. But he hasn't done anything like that. He actually took the emergence of Merino in the second half before we could even start seeing anything coming out from Odegaard. And that's because we had a point man where we could just say, okay, let's just send the ball across to the 6 foot plus guy, Merino. See, guys, my next question will be, okay, don't see.
Good evening, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the show Don T. I mean, he's been on my channel lots of times, a friend of the channel, definitely. You guys have seen him in the charts, but I want to especially introduce you to my guys, up here. First of all, Craig. I've been working with these guys for a long time, so the family down here. Craig, number one, and of course, my guy. I've done lots of shows with this brother. His name is Abs, and he has his own channel called Waffle TV. He's doing lots down there. So you guys, welcome, Don C. He's my guy. He's my guy. He's becoming family. All these other guys are family to me, but you're becoming one. So you
don't become family. You are family, bro. You are family. You don't become family. You are family.
See, I mean, me and the brothers, we're just talking about Arsenal's game. I know we'll get to that Merino stuff, but what do you make of that game, Don T? I mean, playing against the worst side that has conceded goals this season in the Premiership, 55 goals conceded. I mean, not such a good Leicester team. I mean, in relegation waters. What do you think about that game? And we literally, just coasted through, apart from the time when Merino made his announcement speech down there, at the King Power Stadium. What do you make up of that game, Dante? And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the lovely intro. Nice to meet you, gents. Big up the chat. The match, I think it was a horrible watch. It was a very horrible watch. It was it. I was falling asleep half the time through in that. But to take 3 points away from a performance like that, I have to see that's the most important thing. Because you're not always going to play great. You're not always going to have the team that you want to go out there. You're not always going to blow teams away. You're not always going to show the levels of being at the top of the tree to playing the bottom of the tree. Because if it's your first time watching that match, you would both think that we're around the same places. But I'm going to try not to be too negative today, and it's just me saying 3 points.
I mean, you can be negative, bro. Like, no, you can be, man. I mean, my channel is a channel of opinions. Anyone can have the opinion, so far it's you. So, bro, man, I don't censor any speech.
Yeah, no. It's from like for me, it's just that I wanted more from Arsenal. You see, for my thing, that performance there. Okay, first and foremost, Havertz being out. I wanted Arsenal, and I wanted Arteta to try something different. If it fails, it fails. What I didn't want was for him to play the same kind of players in those positions, knowing they can't do it, and having a result or having a game management just like how we did. Because there was a lot of moments when, who was it? Skelly was spamming balls in from the left. But then we've got like a 5'7" striker up front in Trossard. It's like who he's spamming them balls to a point where it's going to no man's land. And like things like that is very frustrating for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was Declan Rice for me pushed up too far forward, because when Declan Rice pushed up, the gap was so big in midfield, the counter attack was always on, and you can see that Partey's tired because he's played.
But it was box to box, innit? It was box to box, innit, in the match, yeah.
It was very box to box. He was very box to box, but he's gonna get tired. And the thing is, when you have 10 days off, you know that match fitness ain't always gonna be there, because the moment you're playing game after game after game, that's how these players get fit. You know what I'm saying?
But they went to Dubai. To Dubai. Isn't it why they went to Dubai, to freshen things up, get the whole machine oiled and everything?
You know, yeah, they could have stayed at home and freshen things up, because they have that money to actually have a sun machine within their house. So that Dubai trip for me was just more PR and all of that rubbish. You know what I'm saying? I just believe that Arteta was lucky yesterday. Was very lucky yesterday, but because without Gabriel Saliba, they would have scored 2 or 3 goals.
Easy. I think easy.
It was them two that kept us in the match. You see players like Timber and Skelly. Skelly didn't have the best of games, but you can't expect an 18-year-old to keep on putting in those performances. He done what was needed to get us through the match. Timber's very assured player. He's never going to be like an 8 out of 10 player. He's always going to give you the 6.5 to 7. He's always going to give you what's needed without minimum mistakes. Gabriel Saliba, there's a reason why they're the best partnership in English Premier League football. And there is no partnership better than them. We can go through every other team, yeah, and there's a reason why teams find it so hard to score against us. Apart from that, Rice was good. He was doing a box to box. I think he was working too much, but then the only reason why was because Havertz is injured. So normally would have Havertz dropping deep into midfield just so we can pack it out with 3 and we have the two wide players just cutting in. We didn't have that this week because we had Trossard up front, which for me wasn't great. But then he's a bench guy at best, to be perfectly honest. Odegaard, he just goes missing for me. He goes missing way too much. There was a ball that he put over the top, but then who was it? Sterling was supposed to run in it, and Sterling. Let's not even talk about Sterling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
He's a okay. if you lot remember the Twilight Zone, yeah, that's what Sterling reminds me of. You know what I'm saying? Every single week we're in a different dimension. Yeah, and it's when I see him play, it's like he can't beat his player, and the moment he beats his player, the ball went out for a throw for them. Yeah, he's getting brushed off the ball. When it's in the box, he's losing his footing. It's like, was this the same player 3 seasons ago was winning the league?
No.
Was this the same player?
No.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you can't say a player has dropped off that much. Yeah, especially coming from a winning mentality Man City team. he was always good in Liverpool, but he was actually great in City. And it's not just being in City, he was great. He was doing it for England, like whenever they played as well. So
Yeah.
that drop off has been so dramatic. It's like whether he lost the love of football or he lost his talent. I don't know. It's like Space Jam. You see when they all touched the ball at the first time, yeah, and those aliens took all of their powers. That's what it's like being. That's what it's like me watching Sterling. It is disgusting.
I mean, even for Chelsea, it wasn't this drab.
Nah,
I mean,
nah.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't this shocking for Chelsea, man. I mean, I watched Sterling in Chelsea. It wasn't this horrible in bro. Did it, Craig and Abs? Yeah, did you guys notice? Because Donty just made mention of that. Yeah, every single time the ball got to Raheem the Dream Sterling, at every point he lost all of them. All of them. It was like they figured him how they knew where he was going to. Every turn he wanted to take, they knew where he was going to. Well, I mean, one just stuck his leg out and that boom, it's out. I mean, what is this? I, I don't get it.
I
I
think
completely don't get it.
I think sometimes with players when they start off very young, by the time they get to their old age, like 30, 31, 32, they kind of burn out. You remember Sterling started out very young, started at 16 years, 15 years old. Everyone was talking about this guy being the next best thing. And from 16, and I think there's a Liverpool's team quite young as well. And they
QPR.
just QPR. They went to Liverpool, got the big move to City, smashed it at City, came to Chelsea, did okay, not great at Chelsea, but it was better than it was at Arsenal now.
Mm.
And then I think he's lost the hunger for the game. I think if he wants to move, I don't think he'll get a big move to another big club in England. I think either he has to move to Saudi Arabia or maybe America. I think that's the only option for him now. End of the season. I can't see him reviving his career in England. I don't think.
But again, why? Again, Abs. I'll go to Abs with this one. Yeah, Abs. Yeah. I mean, why do all these players? Yeah, all lose the hunger. Yeah, they all lose the taste for football when they're at Arsenal. I mean, check the signings. Yeah, out. Yeah, Willian came to Arsenal for some reason. Said he was going to win the Champions League in 2 seasons, and for some reason, I mean, he just lost appetite in playing football. I mean, it's why is it always happening to Arsenal? Why us? Peter Cech was a little bit more decent in a way, but we've had acrimonious signings from Chelsea Football Club like Gallus. I mean, there's one other one we had that completely stank up the place. What's his name?
Benayoun.
Benny. Oh my Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
bro! Horrible signings. Why
Oh,
is it that every signing, yeah, that we go for, yeah, that is to help to help. Maybe the manager just wants to help a player like Kai Havertz. We had no reason to go sign Kai Havertz. Coming down to Arsenal, maybe he wants to help his career. All these players will want to help them. But why do they lose the taste? Yeah? They lose the taste at Arsenal. It's our football club. So now I've looked at our striking department, yeah, all true. Gabriel Jesus, yeah, not improved. Gabriel Martinelli, not improved. I mean, the last time he turned shit up was 2 seasons ago where he scored 15 his old tally. Since then, he's been totally drab. Imagine Kai Havertz outscored him last season and has totally outgunned him this season. Do the numbers. Look at Ryan the Dream Sterling. Total garbage. Yeah. So now we now have 1, 2, 3 attackers all on the ground. Remove Saka from that equation because he has carried this team to the very limit until he has been used to the ground right now. But I mean, Mikel Arteta doesn't know how to deal with attackers. The proof is in the pudding. Abs, do you have anything to say about that? Because the proof is in the pudding in this one. None of the attackers are actually improving. You're mute. You're mute.
Sorry. Yeah, I've got a lot to say about this. First and foremost, you need to go back a bit and you need to identify what are we seeing in these players. Firstly, what kind of scouting are we doing on these players? Because we clearly saw I don't know if anyone else saw with our eyes, Sterling wasn't really pulling up trees at Chelsea. Yes, he might have been doing slightly better, but he was still missing chances. He just didn't look great, and he was the last player I was thinking that would come to Arsenal, especially in the form he is. But what it is I think there's a lot of agents involved. The player doesn't want to move abroad. You know, the player wants to stay in London. He's got family in London. All these kind of sob stories, and then the club buy into all of this. Oh well, do you know what? Sterling was a great player at Man City. Yeah, and then the stories start coming out. You know what?
We can revive his career.
You know what? I used to work with him. I used to coach him. I saw Sterling every day on the training pitch. He was one of the best trainers. And then now you start to get a slight picture of why Arsenal are going for these type of players now. He plays for Chelsea. They're only down the road and all that kind of stuff. So when you understand all of that, then you need to go on to the next part. Yeah, the next part is the question of why. Now, when you talk about quality, does Sterling match the quality that we've got got in our team? No, but you also have to look at the quality that we currently have in our team. So, for example, Martinelli, as an example, most wingers, I would say, are better than Martinelli. But the thing is with Martinelli, that's probably he has, is that he's got pace. But he hasn't got a footballing brain, the same as Sterling. Sterling doesn't really have a great footballing brain. But when you look at Sterling's history, so what we're doing is we're looking at his past. We've skipped the Chelsea phase. We're looking at what he done at Man City and what he done at Liverpool. Maybe he's gonna come in. Maybe he's gonna show Martinelli this is how it's done. What he's done is the opposite. He's been worse than Martinelli. He's been worse than any player that we currently have that plays. I would rather play that you on the wing rather than this guy.
Oyedeji. I mean,
yeah.
I would give Oyedeji a chance.
I would rather play him.
Horrible.
Nwaneri, the game against Girona? Where this brother, I knew he's gonna miss the penalty. You know, I'm telling you, 80% of this fan base knew that Sterling was gonna miss that.
I knew when I saw him, I knew he was gonna lose. I knew he was gonna throw it away. Yeah. I completely knew. I completely knew about that
and
one.
And then you had Ranieri, a 17-year-old, putting his hand round, a Premier League, whatever, title winner. It just stank.
Exactly, man.
And
yeah, he put his arm around him, right?
Yeah, and I can't. And another player is Havertz. I can't really go in on Havertz because Havertz was bought as a midfielder, and he's going above the level of what he's doing as a midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't really go in on him as as a player. He's not that good in the forward position, but he's not a forward. So you know what? I shouldn't expect too much of him. I do expect him to put away chances that any other player should normally put away. But apart from that, I don't say Havertz is the main problem because one, Arteta brought him in.
He shouldn't even be here in the first place.
He should. That's another argument. He shouldn't be here in the first place. Shouldn't be here in the first place. But that's down to the manager. So that's another discussion anyway. But that's my point.
Yeah, man. See, Dante, I wanna bring you up to this space here on someone that we both share certain reservations towards Martin Odegaard, our captain. I mean, 17 appearances this season. I mean, 2 goals this season, 3 assists this season, 2 yellow cards this season. I mean, this is meant to be the captain of our football club. in that first half stank up the whole place. I mean, it was on to the second. Me and you even had a discussion after our show yesterday where we actually had a heart-to-heart talk about these things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, completely. I mean, flat performance, risks of inconsistencies. I mean, he's meant to be the assistant in chief of this team, but he only has 3 assists in the Premiership this season. Don't see what do I mean? What did you see about Martin Odegaard? I mean, what can we do? Mostly when Bukayo Saka comes back. Within this March, because I heard that it's coming back March. If it's me, I'm thinking of where to put Waneri back now, because it seems like the kind of guy that could play in deep in that position where Martin Odegaard is, and Martin Odegaard could be shifted into that number 8 position where we can now put Declan Rice maybe in a pivot with Thomas Partey, because I don't want to see Waneri go to the bench. I mean, he's the only guy trying to force things out in that attack right now. And Martin Odegaard is dishing out stinkers. I mean, I would rather even see Martin Odegaard sit down on the bench while Waneri cooks from that number 10 position. And mind you, he uses both legs. He's comfortable from the left. He's comfortable from the right. He can do all things. It's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's a shame because Martin Odegaard was tipped to be a wonder kid at some stage when he was 15. And if he got to the move to Real Madrid, that's why he got to move to Real Madrid. But just remember, Martin Odegaard was our second choice. Ceballos was the player that we originally wanted, but they said no for Ceballos. So we got Martin Odegaard, but it is what it is for that point. When it came to Martin Odegaard, it's not just yesterday he's gone missing. From last season he's gone missing. Yeah, 2 seasons ago, that was the best I've seen him play. The best I've seen him play. Where forget the numbers. Because for me, it's not always about the numbers. Like I like the eye test, because you can actually scrape through a match, right, and just have one shot on target, or you can play well and not score at all. For me, it's more of an eye test. That's what I like to see. With Martin Odegaard, I've seen him go missing in the last. I'm just talking about last season now. The Man United game, the Tottenham game, the Man City game where we drew, right? I see him go missing in the Wolverhampton game. There was a game in the Champions League. I swear, Bayern Munich game. The Bayern Munich game at our ground, yeah, with none of their fans. Yeah. That was the time I wanted him to step up. All right. The game against Aston Villa last season, when we lost that, and then that literally just said to us, we're not going to win the league. Just from that one match, he went missing in that. You see, at these pivotal moments, he goes missing, right? And like, let's say over the last month, you could have said, you know what? Yeah, he's had a new child, he's not sleeping, this and that, all of those excuses. But he's been doing it for over a year because we've been winning. Because Saka has been like digging us out of this rut. Because Saka's been playing next to him. Right, it's made him look a lot better because if you rewatch most of last season games, you would always see Saka and Odegaard doing a 1-2. It's Saka's movement that actually helps Odegaard. Right, when Saka's not there, Odegaard is exposed to what he really is. Yeah,
totally exposed.
If you can remember yesterday's match, I think it was around 71st minute. There was a stage when we had a counter-attack. We had a 4-on-4. Yeah, we had a 4-on-4. Odegaard was on the right-hand side. He ran the ball up just after the halfway line. I think it was it. Saliba passed the ball to him. And instead of passing it off to his left-hand side, yeah, that was Trossard at the time, he's done a spin right around the player to slow the game right back. The player got right back into position. And now it's a 6-on-4. Yeah? Now it's a 6-on-4. This is supposed to be our most creative player. Not just that. This is supposed to be our captain. Yeah? Our leader. Our talisman. Yeah? The person who, when our heads are down, he's the one who's supposed to pick us up.
He's the one who's supposed to, raise it up.
See, that there is my issue. It's not the fact that he goes missing. It's the fact that everything I said above, he's not ready for that. He's not. Did you know what it is? Because you could say the shirt is maybe too heavy for him. I just think the hype was too big for him. The hype was too big for him. I'm not saying he's not a good player. because I think he's a very good player. Yeah, but I do not think he's what Arsenal needs going forward. And the fact of like, if you want to unlock the best players, right, you have to have a backup. It's like let's look at the Man City from 5 seasons ago. They had Sterling, they had Mahrez firing, but you know who else they
Yeah.
had on the bench? They had Sane. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
4 seasons
mm.
ago, they had Grealish. You know what I'm saying? So can you see like Kevin De Bruyne always had Bernardo Silva because Bernardo Silva was always supposed to take over Kevin De Bruyne, but Kevin De Bruyne literally just stood the test of time. If you have very good players in your team, and let's say next to world class players, or near enough coming close to world class players, guess what? They will get better. They will push each other. Right? We
Mm.
all know that to take someone's position, you have to push them out of the team. Just look at Enyeri. We have Zinchenko on the team, which I cannot stand. Yeah, but yeah, he was our first choice left back. Why hasn't he played? And he's been fit from October, right? Why hasn't he played? He's played one Carling Cup game. Yeah, and he came when he played the Man United game last season. I mean last year. Yeah, and then he got taken off about 73 minutes. Yeah, they're the only 2 games I can actually remember him playing. But he's been fit for 3 quarters of the season. So why haven't we been playing? Because Enyeri has shown done so well between him and Calafiori. Even Calafiori, he hasn't played. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
Calafiori
like
is just, managing some certain kind of games. He's been coming on from the
yeah,
bench.
like you get players to actually put in their position that's just half decent, and you say, "I want your position." Who have we got to take Odegaard's position? And that's the issue because there's no one to
No.
push him. There's no one to push him, so he's just so comfortable. He's like Jesus. He's like, yeah, I'm going to Arsenal Football Club, the job centre, just to collect my money, and I want to go because there's no there's there's no pressure on none of
Don't
them.
see, ladies and
On none of them.
gentlemen. Don't see made mention of the eye test. Well, I like going with numbers because it gives you a perspective into what you're facing. I'll just give you one fun fact. Martin Odegaard has the same, who's supposed to be the assist king of this football club, has the same assist that Manchester City's goalkeeper, Edison, has this season. Let that sink in. A goalkeeper in the Premiership has the same numbers, yeah, with our assister, our creator in chief in this football club. Make that make sense. I mean, it's good when we go for the eye test, but sometimes I think football is a game of numbers. You need to do the numbers game. Someone brought us to the fact here in the chat about this Nottingham Forest striker. What's his name again? Chris Wood. That guy has 18 goals in the Premiership this season, and I can't see anyone near at all near that number at Arsenal Football Club. So sometimes you just have to do the numbers so you see how horrible our team, really looks like right now. You know what? Yeah, let's get into one big one, yeah, guys. Merino, Craig. I'll start from you, Craig, man. Merino. See, I won't lie to you, yeah. I went to spy at AFTV after the game yesterday. I mean, it's been long I've gone to AFTV. I won't lie to you. I don't necessarily like the channel, but I just wanted to go see because some people showed me some certain kind of videos and I was vexed by those videos. So I just really wanted to go confirm if this is true or this is true. And to my surprise, I mean, the hype up of Merino is something I won't support because I'll just get to hear from you guys first. Craig, chime in on this one. He comes in from the bench, yeah, and rightfully so. We don't have anyone. It's not our fault. It's the manager's fault and the board's fault that they didn't get any striker in over the line in the January transfer window. They didn't do good business. So good and okay. They bring in Merino, 6 foot plus. We have him on the bench. Why hasn't the manager discovered that Merino is that kind of guy we should have been using when Kai Havertz was losing chances here and there everywhere in the league week in, week out? So you can't tell me that Mikel Arteta is such a big magician to just somehow bring in Merino and tuck him down there in that striking position, and he getting 2 goals, and Merino is the next big thing. I mean, I don't accept that, but I like the goals. I'm an Arsenal fan. I mean, I want my team to win. I want to celebrate a goal. I mean, I raise my hands for that. But I mean, is Merino the next best thing for Arsenal? Should we be relying on a midfielder who just came from Real Sociedad to get us ahead in the game? Should we be looking onto Merino to help us out against West Ham when we go down to Nottingham Forest, where we do need a striker's movement? Me and Dante yesterday were talking about striker's movement when you need a player who will just get through those intricate defenders and make twists and turns here and there, and get into those complex spaces and get you a goal. You see, that guy we would look at and say he would get us over the line against Nottingham Forest. When we do go and meet in the second game against Bournemouth, do you think this kind of guy is the answer? What do you think? Craig, hit us up, and all three of us are going to answer that question.
Yesterday was a lucky game for him. He had his chances there for him. He took the 2 chances. Abs was a striker. You play football, Abs. You could have scored them chances that he had yesterday. You're a striker. You know how to score goals like that. More confidence across, head it in the back of the net. Other goal, side foot in the back of the net. So all I've got to say is that yes, he scored 2 goals yesterday, but where's he been all season? He's been hiding. When he starts matches, he doesn't do anything. When he comes on the sub, it's too slow, lethargic, doesn't look like he wants to play football. So he found a place for him. Just pay him up front, so it's not in anybody's way. Do something. 34 million we paid for him, or something like we paid for him in the summer. They tell him we couldn't buy any better players than him.
Abs, I mean, but just to be clear, do you want Merino to start in the next match? Because I mean, it's good and okay to criticize Merino, yeah, but I mean, we literally struggle to even get anything at all. To be very sincere, we shouldn't get any goals yesterday. Yeah, I mean, you just made mention that it was lucky. Craig, say it with chest. Do you want Merino to lead the line against West Ham? I need you to be very vocal when you're saying it. I mean, the whole world is hearing you. Just say it with chest, man.
I feel like we have to start him because Sterling's not doing the job. So we have to start him. Who else have we got? We've got the young striker, the young kid. He ain't gonna start a young kid ahead of. He's not gonna start. Our first gonna start. Like he's not gonna start 3 young players in the team. Even though I think we should give the young striker a run and see what he can do, but he's not gonna start him. He's gonna bring him up in 10 minutes, or something like that. So if anything, start Mikel Merino up front, or I don't know, man. What's the other option?
Oh my God. Arsenal Football Club was scrambling for a striker. I can't believe this, guys. We're actually thinking of putting Merino up front, bro. How far have we fallen? I mean, this is not funny. It's not funny at all. We're actually thinking of putting Merino match, bro, week in, week out to the end of the season. Bro, it's not, I mean, it's not sustainable at this point, and that's due to our board, how they failed us. This manager, how he has failed us. Abs, what do you think? I mean, as an Arsenal fan, seeing Merino come from the bench and throw 2 goals into the net. To be very sincere, I don't think I have it to score those goals. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think Martinelli will score those goals on the day. I don't even think that Jesus will even score those goals. Definitely Sterling is not scoring those goals. Do you think Merino, I mean, is the guy for you in the game against West Ham? I mean, in that cold trip down to Nottingham Forest? I mean, Abs, put us into a perspective. Put us into the game.
You're on mute.
You mean? Your mic is moving like Martin Odegaard in the Leicester City game. What's going on here?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Can hear you, brother.
Do you know
Yeah, I
what?
hear
I've
you,
got a
brother.
mute on this thing and a mute on there. So the mute was off on the
Yeah.
computer, but I muted it on here by accident. Before anyone gets or jumps down my neck, yeah, you can look at this from a few perspectives. So Merino came on in the game when the Leicester team was stretched for one. He also came on with a Leicester back line that's not very good as well. So that's one perspective to look at it. West Ham will have slightly a better defense, slightly more physical. Well, we know they're quite big players at the back for West Ham. We're at home as well, so it might not be a massive advantage, but it still poses as an advantage. For me, I don't say it with chest that he should start. I asked the question, should he start, based on him scoring 2 goals. But based on what I've just spoken about, in terms of the game being stretched, if he was to start up front against West Ham, when they're pumped up, when they're doing whatever they need to do at the back, is he going to be as influential starting a game?
Mm-mm.
Or is he going to be someone, as the game winds down, that can do something what he done against Leicester? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. But the argument I probably have is, if he starts and, say for example, Trossard is on the left,
Yeah.
he's going to have to play a full 90 minutes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Merino's going to have to play a full 90 minutes. Yeah. Do you think? I don't think he's got Havertz's engine for a start, because Havertz has got an engine. No matter what you think of him, Havertz has got an engine, and
I
he
mean,
can
Mikel
play.
has him running circles
Yeah,
everywhere, and then when he gets to the 18-yard box, he
yeah.
can't even head the ball in. I mean,
So
we all know this.
you've got this is a very important factor as well. We need to think about as well, and I'm sure Arteta's thinking, well, do you know what? Maybe Mikel Merino hasn't got the stamina. Remember, this is his first season in the Premier League as well, and the game is pretty quick for him. We see how when he's turning in treacle, yeah, you know, like them
Struggle.
containers, them ship containers when they're trying to turn and stuff. Yeah, that's Merino. So
Man is struggling badly, man.
yeah, see. Now I've made those points. Now it's almost like I almost get the feeling that he would only start based on merit for scoring those 2 goals. But if it comes down to, you know, him not doing the job, starting, then when he comes off, who's coming on? Sterling. And then it's back to that 3 again.
Oh my God.
Back to that 3 again.
I don't want to see Sterling there. I don't. I don't. Anything that would get him out, I don't want to see him there.
He's making an appearance regardless. So if you want to kill off the game and you want to score a goal, whatever, then chance it with Merino. This is all based on context, by the way. Yeah. If the game's 0-0, do you know what I'm saying? We're not doing anything. Then it's almost like the other way around. If you start Sterling and Trossard again, say you start the same team, and we're not doing anything, then you bring Merino on. If you think that we can kill the game in the first half by just getting a couple of goals or whatnot, then you start with Merino, innit? So I'm gonna leave that to you guys and the audience to think, because I don't think it's a there's a straight answer for this, because every game is different, isn't it? So West Ham, we know they're being crap at the moment, yeah, but somehow this West Ham like to turn up against us.
In a way, right?
At home, in a
They
way,
do.
at home.
In a way, they do.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I really don't know. No, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer.
Yeah, see you guys. Yeah, I mean, Craig. First of all, Craig tried to dance around the whole thing a little bit. You know, he didn't want to. You know, was a little bit conservative about it. I mean, abs kind of like dancing around it. Let's see if Dunsey will is gonna do a Michael Jackson moonwalk around it today. I mean, Dunsey, man. I mean, tell us. I mean, and again, I understand two of them. I mean, it's not such an easy thing to just say, "Hey, Merino star. Hey, Merino, come from the bench." I really get it, because we really do need something there to actually get us over the line, but we don't have the personnel. Don't see, take us through it. What do you think, Merino, with those two goals? Do you think? I mean, I already know what you think already, because of course, me and you have already had a chat of already personally. But I mean, officially, publicly, I mean, what would you like to say about this Merino
Okay.
thing?
I,
I mean, are you buying? Are you buying the hype?
I ain't buying that shit Kool-Aid around there. I don't want him nowhere near my frigging team. Yeah, just
Mm,
okay. Let's put it like this. He got bought as an eighth, just like Havertz. Right? There's a reason why Arteta shoehorned Havertz into the team, because he's played in the eight so many times and let us down. Most of our matches that we've lost is when he played in the middle. Yeah, Havertz.
mm.
So he shoehorned him in. But because we had players around him, it didn't really make a difference. I do not want them to try to do the same thing with Marino, because Marino is a lot worse than Havertz. Yeah, it's like I'm a Havertz hater. Tony knows that. And for me to have Moreno there, no, thank you. I'd rather not, right? Because him in midfield. The times we've seen him play in midfield, he's like a robot. Yeah, it's like me trying to break dance doing a robot. Do you know how when I see him turn, I'm like, don't break your legs, don't break your spine, don't break anything, mate. Do you know how hurtful it is? Do you know how hurtful it is when I see him play? Yes, he scored those two goals, but tell me, most technical players on that field would have scored them goals. Yeah, can you
Mm.
imagine him playing his back towards the defense? Yeah, a person that's got no pace, a person that cannot run. Right? How the hell is he gonna play on a high line? Right? How he's not a person that's good with his feet. So how is he gonna do those intricate passes? So he could try to him only he could try to break the lines, because in midfield you've got a lot more space when you're playing against a back two. When you're playing against a back two, when they're squashing you, elbowing you, kicking you, just like
Yeah.
West Ham will, what the hell is he gonna do? He can't. He's as I swear he's as fast as a defender. He's
I
as
mean, I've
fast
heard that
as
Calafiori
Gabriel.
might play number nine. I mean, I've
Yeah,
heard it.
He's slower
right,
than
I've
the
heard Calafiori.
right
Yeah,
now,
I
right
heard
now,
it. That
right
Calafiori might
now.
play number nine for us.
Right now, I'd rather Gabriel Magalhaes play at number nine, because at least you know where you're getting from him. Yeah, if like do you know what it is? When I heard yesterday that who was that? Was
Oh
it
my
Prime that put up
god.
that picture of that program? Like, I'm not gonna say their name, just because I don't watch them, I don't like them, I don't agree with nothing that they say or majority of what they say. When they said, "Oh yeah, who needs a striker? We've got Moreno." It's like that kind
yeah.
of foolishness is what pisses me off with my fellow Arsenal fans. He scores two goals. Fair enough, he scores two goals. Yeah. Do you know who else saw score two goals? I saw Rashford score two goals once. And where is he now?
Mm,
You know what I'm
mm,
saying? I've seen
Facts.
Garnacho score two
facts.
goals. Where is he now? Yeah. Look at those
Facts.
players. Right? When I see a player playing in that position, I want a striker in that position. Okay, let me show you what a striker can do. Yesterday, I saw Rashford take a free kick for Aston Villa. It hit the crossbar, I saw a
Yeah.
striker scoring a poacher's goal. Yeah, he made those
I
kind
saw
of
that
movements.
too, man.
You see, when Arsenal need those goals, yeah, and we've needed those goals for the last 3-4 years, right? We couldn't get over the line because we didn't have no one with that movement. The best we could do was with Havertz, and we all, well, everyone knows my the way I think when it comes down to Havertz. Could you imagine that? But a lot worse. Why would I want to do it to myself? I'd rather get someone with youth in, because you know what, yeah? The reason why people like Skelly and Enyeri have been doing well in this team is not because they're just ballers. It's because they're young, they're hungry. So they're trying to cement their place. They're trying to say that, you know what, I want this more than anything and anyone. The reason why Sterling done so well at the ages of 17, 18 to 26, right, is because he was hungry, because he was fighting for a position,
Yeah.
because nothing was guaranteed. Merino knows that he's not a striker. So even if he has five performances as a striker, guess what? He'll still put him in midfield when he's needed, because that's his position. You know what I'm saying? If Declan Rice was out injured, Merino would be playing there because that's his position. You get me? Yeah. I'd rather Arteta try something different, right, than do that. Abs touched on a very good point. Yeah. And I said the same thing to Tony yesterday. If you're playing him at the beginning of the match, what the hell is he going to do? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Shall I tell you who else does that? Trossard. Yeah. When you start these kind of players, yeah, against players that have got full energy, they go missing a lot. They might have a few good moments, or do you know what? Yeah, they might make a Tottenham player almost break his legs or do a few nutmegs that looks cute on the eye, but that's still nothing. You bring on these players 70, 80 plus minutes, you see them for what they are. They're against tired minds. Okay, if you've ever done any kind of sporting, you know that when your body is tired, your mind is tired, so you're not thinking straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes a good player look great. And that's what it was on Saturday. It made a good player look great, because it's like this, yeah. If anyone puts the ball over to the back post, you're expecting a late runner in there, yeah. Anyone
Yeah.
with any form of technical ability could have scored his goals. When I say anyone, because I've seen
Anyone, man. Yeah.
score those goals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're talking about a Calafiori, because I've seen Calafiori score 2 good goals, one against Man City, and I forgot who the last one was, and they were really good goals. Yeah, I've seen Skelly scored that good goal against Man City, even though the keeper should have got a hand to it. Technical ability, it was good. I saw Enyeri, yeah, take that shot when he just dropped a shoulder twice, hit that shot, hit the crossbar yesterday. Yeah, that's technical ability. When you're swinging in the ball with no, okay, let me add this, with not one defender on you, you shouldn't miss. You should not miss. If you miss, you shouldn't be a professional footballer. Come and play. Come and play. What Sunday Football League with me? You know what I'm saying? Come and do that, because that's the levels that you're at. For me to say that I want him in the team, I don't want him in the team, because I've never been a fan of his. Right? He's like the 5th choice Spanish midfielder. In Arsenal, he can't even get on the field. Right? And just remember, we've got an aging Partey that's on his way out. We've got a Declan Rice. We've got a Jorginho. Yeah. And he's behind every single one of those players. The only reason why he's been playing was because we have so many injuries. If we didn't have the injuries that we did, he would only come on in the 90th minute, right? Just to get his numbers up, to get his Premier League bonus. That's the only reason why he'll get his numbers up. And for anyone to say that we should play him as a number 9, I think you need to go and see a doctor. My personal opinion, because you are borderline psychotic. For him to okay, let me put this to you, yeah, and to the chat as well, because I like to get to the chat into all of this. Could you imagine in the next round of the Champions League, we're playing Juventus in their stadium, their beautiful stadium, and we start Merino up front. Just think of that for a second. What do you think will happen? We're in Juve, yeah? This is Italian heritage right now, because we can get them in the next round.
Yeah,
imagine
definitely.
Merino up front. That just that thought will give me nightmares. I might as well just say Candyman, and hope for the best.
I mean, It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, man. See, because we have to round up very soon, yeah, because everyone will start going soon. See, Craig, yeah, Liverpool. I mean, they scraped through Wolves today, man. I mean, what do you think about that, man? I'm also keen to this fact. They have Newcastle coming up soon. They have Aston Villa coming up soon. They have that all important trip down there to the Etihad to deal with. I mean, we saw Manchester City wallop Newcastle in the weekend with Mamouche, a striker who Arsenal was, I mean, inquired about and just completely just threw the baton away. And Man City got him. And look at now, he got his first hat trick in about his maybe his first 5 games in Man City. I mean, make that make sense. But I mean, we can throw all that away, yeah. But Liverpool, I mean, you saw how they scraped through Wolves today, man. Come on, what do you think? Are they gonna
Yeah,
drop any more points? Do you think they're gonna drop points, or from here it's just kumbaya straight to the title?
they could drop points at Villa, maybe Man City, but highly unlikely. I think it's very 50-50. If they play like how they played against Everton the other day, get the foot off the gas and get a point against their rivals, they could have drawn that game today as well because Wolves missed a good chance towards the end of the
Mm,
game, a very good chance to score. But
yeah.
Liverpool has been scraping out results. They haven't been playing great football recently. They've just been scraping results, getting grinding out results. So they know how to do it. They've won the league before, so they just grind out results. So the only way I've seen them dropping points, maybe against a Man City, maybe they draw against the City. But even if Liverpool do drop points, we also have to capitalize on them dropping points.
Have to capitalize and win, and we don't have a striker. We're not. I mean, it's painful, man.
Yeah. Look how many times this season Liverpool dropped points and we haven't capitalized on them. Like the Aston Villa game, for example. We beat Aston Villa now, we've only got 3 points behind them now, or 4 points behind them. So there's the games like that when we've drawn and sort of won, I've given Liverpool the upper hand. So, we have to be more. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You can't even say anything because we don't
Nah.
even have anything there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's one thing to say, oh, we can be able to take our chances when they do drop. Right now, we're actually thinking of shoehorning Merino to that number 9 position to get us wins, just in case Liverpool drops off. And to me, that's even
Can I
that's
just say something?
very unlikely. Yeah,
Can
yeah, abs.
I've just
Yeah,
looked on the
abs.
I've just looked on the Arsenal website. Yeah, I've looked on the Arsenal website, and if you look at our academy, we have 12 forwards in our academy. 12 forwards. You telling me you
12
can't?
forwards.
There's 12 forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 forwards in our academy. I can share the screen if you want. There's 12 forwards. Butler, Ojedeji, Kyron Edwards, Sebastian Ferdinand, Romari. Listen, we have got strikers. Yes, they may not be what you guys, what people think want, but
Yeah.
they are strikers. They're
Yep.
natural strikers.
Yep.
Mm,
Mm.
Why are these guys being
mm,
overlooked? Why?
mm,
Do you know,
mm.
the Madison
I
thing
mean, I
as well?
mean, I mean, I mean, it's correct. I mean, because look at the youth in the senior setup. They're the ones actually carrying this team. Look at Lewis Kelly, he's carrying this team. Look at Waneri, he's the only one that even actually put in any bit of fight yesterday in the first half, and later on in the second half to even get an assist. So I mean, it's not such a bad shout to say we have forwards in our academy. Why aren't we currently right now applying for a special dispensation to get a striker in from the academy straight up to our first 11? I mean, this club we don't understand. We don't come correct. We're
They
just
don't care.
failing in everywhere.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
Dante, man, what do you think? Liverpool. I mean, after the game today, I mean, Abs will finish that up for us. But I mean, I want to hear what you have to say before Abs finishes that up for us. Liverpool, do you think they're going to drop points? I mean, the next game against Aston Villa, big game, and that's a big one. They also have to play against Newcastle, probably maybe in St. James Park, and then they will have to go down there to the Etihad to go lock horns with Manchester City. Those are 3 big games. If they win it all, it's something different. If they drop points, we will be there. So, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, you see, Liverpool haven't been playing great since the turn of the year. Since about December, they haven't been playing great. They've been playing awful. The difference is that every other team has been even worse. Yeah, because if you look at the match today, one goal, yeah, rightfully so. The other goal was a penalty, which didn't have to happen. If the Wolves defender would have just kicked the ball out into row Z, guess what? That penalty would have happened. The game would have finished 1-1. Everton game now, right? If Everton would have got the same kind of referee decisions as Liverpool did, the game would have ended up 3-2 Everton. And Everton, throughout the whole 90 minutes, was actually the better team. Today's match, it was more of a 50-50 first half, and the second half, Wolves was actually a better team. Yeah. The thing about Liverpool is, I know Liverpool's going to drop points because how many games is there left? 13 games left.
About 30 more games left in the league, man.
Let's say 13 games left, so that's 36 points. Right, so there's 36 points left. That's in the league, right? Let's say Liverpool drop 7 points, 7 or 8 points, right? So that will leave them on 27, 28 points. The thing about Liverpool is Liverpool will drop points, guaranteed, because Liverpool are not beating Newcastle. They still got to go to City, and they still got to come to us, right? They're playing Aston Villa as well, all right? They're going to drop points. They're going to drop a hell of a lot of points. That's not my issue. My issue is how many points is Arsenal going to drop? Because I know Arsenal, in these kind of situations, we actually let ourselves down half the time. We're missing chances constantly. It's like, okay, picture this. What was that game that was winning? It was the Aston Villa game, saying that. The Aston Villa game was winning. It was 2-0. I was actually on Flawless's live stream and watching them. Actually didn't watch along with them, right? And then at halftime, I gave my match analyst, and I'm like, look, right, we're 2-0 up. You should think I'm happy, but guess what? Arsenal's gonna have a bozo moment. Let them get back in the game, and guess what? We're gonna drop points right here. What do you think happened in that match? Yeah. What do you think happened? And the reason why I can call that is because, just like you guys, I've watched Arsenal for so many years that I understand Arsenal to a thing where I can't actually put all my eggs in one basket and say, yeah, if Liverpool drop points, we're going to go in there not perfect. Because I've seen, remember when Leicester won it? Yeah? 2-15? Leicester won it. We should have won it that season. Remember last season? We should have won it that season. 2 seasons ago, we should have won it that season. Yeah? So that's 3 times. 3 times we should have won it. Why didn't we? Right? And it's just a simple answer. Because when it comes to those kind of moments, when it comes to the, as they say, squeaky bum time, when it comes to like the added extra few seconds where all we need to do is just put the ball in Rosie, we're going to pass it back, they're going to intercept, and guess who scores? And that's my issue. It's not that I don't trust Liverpool to get points. I do not trust Arsenal to keep getting these 3 points.
Yeah. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, after getting a win against Leicester City, poor side, I get that. But I mean, that was still a win. And we're still here looking like this. I mean, that should just tell you something. We're not just really confident about the whole thing. But I mean, the only thing there is that I'm not gonna just sit back there and allow this Liverpool fans take the absolute piss and step on my football club. I mean, Dante, that's what I would not take. Yeah, I mean, I see Lex and the other guys, laughing and thinking that, this title is already done in December. I just really want Arsenal to just push it just a little bit more. So, but again, without a striker, it's hard, man. It's hard. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's difficult. Let's see what happens, guys, against West Ham. Predictions for that game, and then we go. Okay. Of course. Abs. You didn't tell us about what you thought about that Liverpool stuff. Are they gonna drop points to you before we go to the
Yeah, the
West Ham
thing
prediction?
is, Liverpool can drop as much. Liverpool can drop as much points as they want. That's the thing, because we're gonna also drop points, so it doesn't really matter. You know, it doesn't really matter because Liverpool have a team that even if they do drop points, they're gonna pick up points. Where Arsenal, they will probably drop points, and I just don't see this team right now. Yes, I think we've gone 15 games unbeaten, but the draws are the killers, man. Drawing games are killers. Yeah,
Mm.
drawing games are killers, and you know, I can't. I can see. I can see because there's some hard games coming up, or some. I don't rate this Man United team, but I can see them still giving us problems when we go up there. I can still see Forest giving us problems,
Yes.
but with Liverpool,
Yeah.
they can go to Villa and beat them. They could even go to the Etihad and beat them. Yeah, they're capable of doing that. So now we've
Mm.
got to the point where we're relying on Liverpool, and I don't think um, a team chasing a title relies on other teams to on
To
the other
do
team
the
to drop
job for
points.
them. To do
City,
their hit job for them.
City weren't
Mm.
doing. City was just winning games. We have to just win our games, and do you know what? Just focus on our team, not about Liverpool dropping points. If they drop points, they drop points. That's their business. But we just got to win our games, and I challenge this coach. Yeah, win every single game now, innit? You know what? You look for internal solutions. So win every single game now, innit? Yeah, let's
He's a
see how
madman.
good. Let's see how good of a manager you claim to. All these people, all these top gooners claim you to be, innit? So that's where I'm at with this team.
I mean, this is where we at. Yeah, this is where we at. Yeah, simple. Do business in January. No, this is where we at. See, Craig. Yeah, what's your prediction for that West Ham game?
They're sneaky 1-0 win.
Sneaky 1-0. Oh my days! No one is even saying 3-1, 4-1. I mean, considering West Ham has been a very, very bad team recently. I mean, they've been losing games.
I just feel that we haven't got
1-0.
attack. Our attack.
Okay.
Our attack. We're back. We're down to the bare bones. Like, if he's still going to score a hat trick against them, then
So
I don't.
Mikel the Beast Merino will not get a goal down there, like 2 goals, 3 goals. I mean, Leicester City
He's,
bad defense, West Ham shabby defense too. You don't think so?
but West Ham beat us last season with a £100 million Declan Rice in our team. So you can't.
Mm,
It's a London derby as well. So you can't. London derbies are very difficult to predict. Even though you're the stronger team, it could go either way. So you can never write off teams like West Ham because they have got some good players in their team.
yeah,
Kulis is
man.
a good
One
player.
nil.
Kulis
One
is a good
nil.
player.
Mm. Abs Waffle TV. What do you think?
Um, I'm just gonna say 2-1 for now. 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh my
Let's
god!
get over the line.
What's cracking? Oh my
The
God.
thing is, we've got players that can score goals. You know, we've got Trossard that can score goals. Wanyeri can score goals. Yeah. Obviously Sterling's rubbish.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking of Wanyeri at the moment. You know, that cut in and that little curl up,
Oh my
all of
days.
that stuff. So
We're finished, bro. We're finished. We're finished. We're finished. I mean, if maybe Kai Havertz didn't get injured, maybe, just maybe. But right now he's injured, yeah. Don't see. He doesn't like Havertz. I purposely did that. He doesn't like this guy. Anyway, that guy's name is mentioned.
I
He
don't like
doesn't
him
like
either,
the
man.
guy. I mean, he
I don't like
signed
him
up for
either.
it. Don't see. What do you think, West Ham versus Arsenal? What's your prediction for that game, man?
What is it?
Talk to
Argano
us.
Degman? Is it Argano Degman? Is that Degman?
Emirates.
It's going to be at the Emirates, a home game.
Yeah,
you know what? 3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Oh, that's a wild one. Wait, where are the goals gonna come from? That's a wild one.
No, I think we're due a set piece goal. We're definitely due a set piece goal.
Okay.
I think
I hear that.
Ethan's gonna probably bang a goal. And as shameless as they sound, I think that Odegaard's probably gonna score.
Odegaard.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think because when it comes to London derbies and West Ham, you remember I said to you when I look at the games, I look at the way teams have been playing, and right now West Ham are perfect for us because even though they've got big strong players, they're not playing to their strengths, and I haven't seen them play to their strengths at all this season. Their midfield, we're going to dominate that battle. And I think we're going to have to obviously push them on the counter. We get them on the counter. And this is where the Enieris and Odegaard's goal, I think, will come in. I will probably get a third late goal.
Funny enough, you're not putting Merino into that picture. I mean, you just talked about the Waneri and you didn't put Merino down there. The
Sunday,
beast, Merino.
It's the Lord's Day.
the new kid in the block. See, yeah, guys, I'm predicting a 1-0 win. You know what, yeah, guys? Yeah, I mean, Donty just said 3-0. Abs just said 2-1. You know, my guy Craig just said 1-0. I'll go with Craig, man. I completely don't have confidence with us going further. However, I do think it's a winnable game because of the quality of West Ham. They've been drab in most of their games, and with the way they're losing, Potter just gain control of that football club, and he's not even it's not a seasoned manager, isn't it? Yeah, you could say he could do things for Brighton and the rest of all these teams, yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna cut. Yeah, West Ham. There's a curse settling in that football club. I mean, look at the way they sat Lopetegui. I mean, they've had lots of managers. David Moyes down there. I mean, it's just a cursed club right now. They can't seem to get anything going for them, and they have such an enviable stadium and lots of money raking into that institution, and they have a very, very traditional fan base. So there's much sales going on down there. They have money. Why haven't they brought in a potent striker? I mean, all these football clubs here, I mean, they're just there to make money. They're not there to reinvest the money they're getting into club settings, and that's a big problem. I'll go with 1-0. They're very drab right now, and I think Arsenal might take advantage of that. But my problem is I don't know who's going to score for us. So I'll just say 1-0 win. 1-0 win. Craig, you want to say something because our show is done here?
Yeah, but I think West Ham did spend in the summer on striker. They brought that guy from Germany. He's got injured, isn't he? Fulkrug.
Yeah, Fulkrug.
Yeah, Fulkrug. Yeah, Fulkrug. But it's not like Fulkrug up trees down there in Germany. I mean, it's just a decent player if you go by what he's done in Germany, he hasn't torn up trees. Mamouche is the guy that has been, doing loads and loads down there in Germany. And Fulkrug, and again, I don't think it's age. I don't think it's a young player that
he's 31.
He's 31. Is an Asian player. I mean, for all the money that West Ham have been making all through, I mean, and then you go and bring in a 31-year-old to come do what in the Premiership? I mean, it's gonna flop.
Guess who came on today for Man United? Just guess. The young striker. I think for Arsenal last season, banging up goals off. Came on for like 5 minutes today. I think someone like that we could have brought on yesterday if we needed a striker. Get rid of him on the street. See what I mean?
He's probably going to start for them the next game,
Yeah, of course. Diallo is out. Diallo is out. He starts. Diallo is out.
What's happening?
Hello?
What happened?
They just went quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. See ya, people. We've come to the end of the show today. I mean, Craig, what do you got coming up on your channel, man?
Have a podcast this week. Just talking about the Premier League after the weekend and all that. That's about it really at the moment.
Yeah, man. Sure, man. Thanks, Craig, for coming to the show today. Abs, what do you got coming this week, man? I know we have something coming up
Yeah,
tomorrow, but what do you got coming up?
yeah, man. I'm just gonna have my little show tomorrow. Probably have a quick little show in the morning. I want to go over these 12 strikers that we have in the academy and just understand like why these guys are overlooked. I know we've only got one player on the bench, that Obideji or whatever his name, Oyedeji, whatever his name is. So yeah, I'm gonna have a look at these profiles and just just gonna go through that. So I'm gonna go through that in the morning. So make sure you guys come and watch that stream tomorrow. Tune in and let's go through it. Because you
Yeah,
know what,
yeah.
Don C made some really good points, on this Marino
Oh,
top
he
striker,
throws bombs. Definitely, definitely,
Optimus
definitely. Of
Prime.
course, I like Don T. He's my guy. Don T, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you've met the crew down here, man. Of
yeah,
course, Craig, my guy, Abs, my brother. You know,
yeah,
all these guys,
yeah.
great guys, and Don T, man. Thanks for showing up today, and thanks for just
You've got a
gracing
channel.
the show. Even if he doesn't have a channel,
Yeah,
he
not
does
yet,
it for
not yet,
fun.
man.
Right, you need to get a
He
channel,
Yeah,
does
my
it for
brother.
fun.
Get a
yeah.
channel,
Did
man.
you know it is? I will do it. It's just that for myself, I'm a perfectionist. Yeah, so I like to see how
Yeah,
stuff
on
works.
everything.
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I like it like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's to be honest, when I come into this space, it's nice meeting good people because it's funny. I met Tony of Flawless is show, yeah, and now
yeah,
yeah.
we do a show all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Every week, and I've seen your shows, Abs, as well, like because I'm in your um channels even when you're running the daytime and I'm at work and I can't really say nothing. I've always got you lot in my ear,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I'm a person. I don't care how big or small a person's stream is. I
Mm.
prefer the
yeah,
smaller ones because for me that's like underground. Yeah,
Yeah.
like people like yourself and Tony. I haven't really heard Craig's, but I'll have a listen to it. It's one of those things where I like when people are authentic,
Yeah.
authentic. When it
Mm.
comes, they say what they see. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? With me, at times, I'm a person that my language isn't always the best, which Tony knows, right? But one thing I always do, I always give my honest assessment of what I see. Whether people like it or not, I'm not here to hurt feelings. But if your feelings can be hurt that much, then grow the fuck up. That's my
Mm.
that's the way I see it, guys.
Oh man, I don't even
big
want to talk
ups,
about
big
me things
ups.
there, man. Oh, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It was a great show today. I really
Yeah,
liked,
man.
how everyone just had their own say, and big ups will convene again. That's for sure. I have a show tomorrow with my guy, of course, Steve Mahala. He will be down here, the Newcastle fan. We have to talk because they just smashed them. Yeah, Man City just completely exposed them as fraud. So let's see what's gonna happen. He's gonna come here to talk tough. So let's watch out for that one tomorrow during the daytime. I'll send out the time for that one. Then me and my brother Abs will coming back here in the evening, doing something later in the evening. Then on Wednesday, I have the Southern Gooner coming down to the channel where we'll have a heart-to-heart talk. Yeah, with the Southern Gooner. So you guys watch out for that one. The Southern Gooner, you know what it's all about. Yeah, guys. The two henchmen are back. We're back. So, that'll just be it. Then on Thursday, I'm looking into working with one of Ab's friends, and that should be Into the Box and Mike's. One guy called Mike or something like that.
Oh, West
I
Ham
don't know,
supporter.
but
Oh,
yeah, I
Mike's,
think
yeah.
it was.
Love
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, I talked to him. So I should be getting them to the channel. So let's see what we can do together. And maybe I might get one with views. Oregon Gun is coming back to the channel probably on Thursday too. So for me and him to have a little bit of a talk about, what's really going on in the Premiership. And then let's see. We'll keep an eye on Tuesday. Me and Josh Truguna will be here on Tuesday for the watch along Real Madrid versus Manchester City. I mean, Josh Truguna, a partner of my channel, we'll do watch alongs together. So, I'll be joining him on his channel. I'll be want to cast into my channel. and we'll be having that Manchester City versus Real Madrid in the Champions League watch along. So, guys, join us for those ones. Yeah, I got a full action-packed week this week because down here in Finland, it's winter break. So, of course, I'm a teacher and all that. I work in a school. So, it's winter break all through the week. So there's no work, nothing. So I'll just be at home chilling. So to just be, to be a great time to just, have a great show. And Juventus are leading against Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A. See ya, people. Big ups to you guys from Craig, Dante, and my guy, Abs, Waffle TV. We are out, people. Peace.